Voyager, and a quick update. I went ahead and finished putting the base coat on the ship itself, and not to bore everyone on that. Then I went back in with, I like to use the Voyager washes. They have a pale gray and just a little drop of black, but I went in and I painted all the panel lines. I don't know if you can actually see some of that in there, different shadings. Went in also with a pale gray blue. And I just did a little bit of shading on the different panels just here and there. Tried to do it on the back. Also did it on the underside here as well, on the lower saucer. And just tried to, give it just a, not totally weathered it, but just give it a little more character than it should, and then just having a standard desktop model. And I always preach style, so anyway. Got the shading done on that, and I like to be honest here. You're going to have a couple seams. I got most of the seams, but I don't do a lot of putty work anymore. It's just more time consuming, and it just interferes with model building in general. You're going to have a little bit of seam right through here, and that's just because the way the kit is. A little bit with the where the stand went. But you got a new stand to put that in. But anyway, it's not really noticeable. It's there, but I always like to mention it. And of course, you'll have a little bit of seam on the end here. That's because, yes, they still do work. So you can be able to show your friends, families, and neighbors that it can go warp speed. So Voyager is getting all shaded and looking pretty darn slick. Next thing I gotta do, and that's probably going to be tomorrow morning, is I'm going to spray it with Future. I got to get it sealed, get it shiny, and then we'll start painting all the little phaser banks and the little sensor deals and stuff like that. Other than that, that's the next step to do. The trifugal. What I've done so far on that, you'll have to see it in the next video because I haven't figured it out quite yet. I did get some brass rod, which, for example, K&S. It's going to be telescoping. It's going to be mounted to the spinning apparatus, and then we're going to put another tube inside the cockpit area and try to do something like that. There'll be a tube in here, and it'll slide on, and this should spin. And this should be pretty much held in place, is what I'm guessing it will do. But anyway, we're going to find out hopefully tomorrow, because I got to figure out how to mount it. What I've been doing, that's secured, so it's actually on the threaded shaft that comes on the motor. Actually, when I cut the pipe, I cut it just a little undersized, and so I can screw it on, and I just put 5-minute epoxy and epoxy scope on there, so we are good to go on that. The cockpit, I'm trying to get it assembled. I don't know if you can see. I got to add some of the photo etch to it, and then of course got to paint and everything. But I'm at the point where I need to mount it to the main fuselage. So where is Mr. Tube at? Well, I'll get big tube here. Alright, what I want to do is, that's pretty much the center, is right through there, if you can see on the inside. I'm basically going to stick the pole like through there, something like that, and then whack it off so it'll slide onto the main bracket. But anyway, I got to get that mounted, and I got to try to get most of the parts on because I don't want to interfere with the fit of the kit, and I want the tube in there, but I don't want to, I don't want to glue it in quite yet to the cockpit section because I want it to I want to be able to get to it so I can add to the brass rod, so when I can stick it in, make sure it's secured and it's just secured and won't fall off once I get it on. But anyway, that's what I am on that. And the high altitude pilot, what I've done on it, before I forget here, I cut his helmet off, and I took an old 70s to my head and replaced it on there. I gotta fix his put a little putty in there, I guess, on his suit there. But I want to take his suit, and I don't know if you can, his helmet, I cut it off. I got it sanded flush. I'm going to vacuum form a clear piece of plastic on it so he'll have a clear helmet and not the solid resin one, so it'll fit over the head. So I think that'll look pretty darn slick. So the high altitude suit with the trifugal, I think it'll work out just fine. I will have to break his legs though. He's got to be a little more wider to fit inside the cockpit here. And if you can see it, kind of like that. Just really don't fit, but anyway, we'll make him fit, because that's the way we are around here. Anyway, that's what I've got going on today. We are doing a little surgery on the trifugal pilot, building the cockpit, trying to get the little engineering feast here fixed, and Voyager is getting shaded. So that's what we got going on today, so stay tuned for the next exciting episode.